Hello everyone. Today we start the most interesting chapter in my opinion, but it's just a personal thing, since I've always liked public law. In this chapter 1 we'll explain what kind of political systems are best to rule a nation, and what aren't, but keep in mind that I will not take doability in consideration. That's what we will do in the last chapter. Therefore, I suggest we start. The method we will use to divide all the political systems is to look at how the three main political powers are shared amongst the population. More specifically, how many people do they belong to, proportionally to the population. As you know, the three political powers are legislative, judiciary, and executive. These powers are divided among certain people known as politicians, and they make up a whole social class. So, if much of the population is part of the political class, that means most of the citizens have these political powers, while if the political class is only a small part of the total, then the powers are shared only among a few people. We can thus create a hierarchical system where we will put the political class at the top, and the rest at the bottom. Such as this. This is an example of a monarchy. In fact, there is only one person in whom all three political powers are concentrated. If we remove the king, the political class becomes bigger, as the powers are now shared among a few people. They would be the inner circle of the king, but we removed him, so they are now in charge. This is an aristocracy. If we remove them as well, we are left with many political organs, each one with a precise function and one of the three political powers. Things start to get broad here, since the number of people in the political class has likely reached the thousands. This is an example of a republic. Then, we must remove them too, and now the political class encompasses all the educated citizens, the citizens who are specialized in a certain field, those who are simply more successful. And this is called a polyarchy. Finally, if we remove them too, we are left with everyone. Now the three political powers are in the hands of every citizen of the country, and this is what we all know as a democracy. There's a thing I should specify: each one of these systems is perfectly equal to all others. Because the problem isn't the system, but the people. If we live in a state where everyone is virtuous, then it doesn't matter who is in power, everything will be fine. While if we live in a state where nobody is virtuous, then the state is doomed no matter who rules it. Obviously we live in a world where some people are virtuous and some aren't, therefore it is crucial to accurately choose who to give the political powers, but as long as those who rule are virtuous, it doesn't matter who they are. They could be kings, aristocrats, senators, educated people, or literally your town's fishmonger. Now, I simplified it incredibly, and this topic requires more ponderation, therefore we have to examine each of these political systems in detail, in order to find the best one. And one thing we will absolutely need to be covering is how these systems degenerate. A degeneration is a state where most or all people in the political class are not virtuous. The degeneration of a monarchy is an autocracy, that is a dictatorship. The degeneration of an aristocracy is a tyranny. The degeneration of a republic is an oligarchy. The degeneration of a polyarchy is a demagogy. And the degeneration of a democracy is an anarchy. I know it may sound weird said like this, but it will make sense once we will have dived in each of them individually. Therefore, next time we will talk about monarchy and autocracy. So, see you then. Be well.